Hey, Maria Wendt here. In case you don't know me, I sell low ticket digital products. I have a pretty big following on Instagram, and I want to show you what I would do now that I'm a millionaire, what I would do if I had to start over from scratch. A lot of people don't know this, but I've learned the hard way what to do and also what not to do. I went from like my first year of business, I only made $63 in my first year. And then last year, I made $1.8 million in personal income. So, like, that's what I paid taxes on, was 1.8. I share income reports, tax returns, all of it on my website. But I do want to also just show you that it wasn't just like a fluke. I want to show you my like actual sales dashboard, so you can believe me when I say like I'm a millionaire. I do this. You got most of you guys who are in my world, you know that I share like literally everything down to like how much I spend on like my personal groceries, what I spend on eating out. So for a lot of you, this is not going to be like you already know me, but I do on big if I make an income claim, I always tend to get people who are like, prove it. So I just have incorporated that in. So super quickly, because I actually want to get into the showing you what I would do. But I just want to quickly show you. This is my sales dashboard here. Let me pull this up. This is my sales dashboard. Right now it's showing the last 30 days. I've done 580,000. I do about we're getting closer to like 8 weeks. Every 8 weeks, I do about $1 million. Right now we're in the middle of March, as you can see. So I just want to show you what we've done in the last like 2 months. 1.9 million. You can see here it's March 17th. I don't know if you can actually see that now, but it's March 17th. Let's see, you can see it because today is March 17th. You can see it that way. And then last year was a little less. Last year we did $3.9 million, and my profit margins are like 60% now in the business. So that's essentially how I paid myself. 1.2 million was when it was all said and done, all the expenses were paid. I brought home like $1.8 million. So basically 2 million, paid almost $1 million in taxes. So that was not fun, but and then we can do the last 30 days here again, just to show you. So yeah, 500. That's like really typical for us. We haven't yet done a $600,000 month, but we're really close several months in a row. So I am sharing that. Why? Because I want you to trust me. What I'm going to do is I obviously have built a great business. It's got great profit margins. I shared a video just recently actually sharing all my numbers, not just like profit margins, but like what my average order value is, how much I'm paying in ads. I shared like a really big data video just recently. And so I'll just like stick that somewhere so you guys can watch that, because that's really interesting. If you still are kind of doubtful or you just want more details on that, you can. What I really want to do is get into like what I would do having built such a great business, what I would do if I had to start over. So if everything burned to the ground, let's say somehow I like, knock on wood, got myself involved in a massive scandal. And I can't even think of what it would be because I have the most boring life. Like clearly, I don't know if you can see, I'm a mom. I've got literally toys. Somehow my office has become the playroom. You can't even really see the floor, but like it's covered in toys. So I actually have a really boring mom life. That's the actual thing. But let's say I get involved in a big scandal and I can't use Maria Wendt anymore and I have to start from scratch and no one can know who I am and I can't use any of my stuff and I can't use my massive email list and I can't use my massive Facebook group or my massive Instagram following. I can't use any of it. And it just starts from zero. What would I do? This is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pretend that I'm you and that I have a personal Instagram account that I can use, not a brand new one. I teach that you should never make a new one. I'll put the video on why that is somewhere as well. Never make a new Instagram account, by the way. You're always going to want to tip this a little down. Always use your personal Instagram account. So the step one is make a post on your Instagram story to your personal Instagram account, your main one. Just letting friends and family know, hey, I'm going to be using this Instagram account to grow my business. It's going to have a lot of business related content or like whatever your industry is going to be, obviously. It's going to have a lot of XYZ content moving forward. If you want to support and share here and there, you can, but I also totally understand if you don't want to follow anymore. Like you're basically just announcing to your friends and family that the nature of your Instagram account has changed. And a lot of people will go and make a new account. I don't recommend it. And they don't know why they shouldn't make a new one, so they do. And I do go into it in great depth in that video that I'll just stick somewhere over here. The short reason is like every Instagram account and Facebook account has a credit score, basically, with the algorithm. You can imagine now I have a massive Instagram following. Like I know a thing or two about how the algorithm works. And one of the things I've noticed is that if you have a new account, Instagram tends to think it has a strong possibility of being a spam account because everyone in the universe who exists pretty much has an Instagram account. So people who are making their second and third Instagram accounts probably already have an existing one. So the chances of that new account being spam is quite higher. So you don't get as much reach. That's why your new accounts tend to not grow. That's the gist of the video. Again, like I said, I'll link to it somewhere so you can go watch it. So that's why I want you as step one, and like what I would do if everything kind of like burned to the ground and I had to start over. I would use my main Instagram account and just give friends and family a heads up so they understand why all of a sudden I'm just going straight to like talking about something I've never really talked about before. That's step one. Step two, this is literally what I would do and also what I teach my students to do, and that's why they all like see such great results. But and the reason I'm sharing that is not to brag, it's just so you know it works for lots of different industries. So step two is for 180 days straight, I would make a reel every single day. But here's the catch. The reels would be solving tiny, hyper-specific problems. So I want you to think like not how to clean your house. Let's say you want to become known for like how good you are organizing. Like that's the thing you want to make money on. You want to monetize your passion for organizing, just as an example. You're not going to want to make reels that are more general, like how to clean your house. You're going to want to make hyper-specific reels, like how I whiten the grout in my tiles. Do you see the difference between how to have a clean house and how to whiten your grout tiles? Really big difference. So you're solving sorry, my lashes are like definitely due for a fill, so just excuse them. You're going to make hyper-specific reels for 180 days straight, solving hyper-specific, like tiny little problems. You should think, wow, maybe 2 people, 3 people have this problem, 5 people have this problem, not a lot. Because you can't compete on the general topics. You can't compete on, especially if you're just getting started. There's too many accounts out there who teach how to like have clean homes. You have to start hyper-specific and just do that every single day for 180 days straight. So following our like organizational theme, grout, how to whiten grout, how to permanently organize your junk drawer so it never gets messy again, how to, get your kids excited to put their shoes away every time they come inside the house. Do you see how these are hyper-specific things? It's not how to clean your home with your kids. It's not how to organize your entire kitchen. It's the junk drawer, the shoes in the front entry problem, the gross grout problem, hyper-specific problems. That's step 2 for 180 days straight. Step 3, after 180 days, you're going to create and sell a digital product. That's what I would do. Again, this is just like what I would do if I had to start over. The profit margins on a digital product business are batshit. The ease of access is batshit. The lack of overhead, I run, like you see, a multi-million-dollar company and I have a few employees. I do not have a lot of people working for me at all. It's like a handful. And they're part-time. They're not even full-time employees. And so you don't need to have a lot of overhead. It's a very easy business. And if everything imploded for me, I would go right back to doing what I'm doing. So you're going to make a digital product business. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a course. It can be a PDF bundle. It can be audio files. I have students who sell all different kinds of digital products. The key is just that it's digital. Like it's a digital, scalable, leveraged product that you can create once and sell over and over and over and over and over and over again. So this is where you're going to go a little broader. If you've been solving all these tiny little problems, this is the umbrella that goes over all the little problems that you've been solving. So this is where you're going to make a digital product called, like we've been talking about cleaning and organizing, make a digital product called the house that cleans itself. And it's a system for creating again, this is not my field of expertise, but organization where your house naturally has systems that keep it clean. And the name of the product would be something like the house that cleans itself. You can do, like I said, a course, PDF bundles. I have students who literally never show their face in any of this. It's all content where they're behind the camera and they do like PDF bundles. So like my student of mine, she just recently messaged me. She had her first $30,000 month selling a gardening guide. So she just does voiceovers with her garden. And then she had a big PDF bundle and it was like the organic gardening guide. And she just had her first $30,000 month. She's like, she's a mom and she has a lot of, well, there's just a lot of reasons why she couldn't have her face in, or didn't just needed to be it the way it was, where it was pretty hands-off business. Let's just put it that way. She needed to have a hands-off business, and she's having a thriving hands-off business. And so it doesn't have to be video. It doesn't have to be a course, although like most people do choose to do courses. It doesn't have to be. You can absolutely do a guide or a PDF bundle. In the description, I'm going to put just a link to like how to decide what to do, and then how to make a very popular digital product. So it's not just good, it's like it goes viral because of how good it is. That's the standard, is we want this product to go viral. So I'll put a link to that resource in the description. So that's step 3. You're going to launch a product. Step 4, and I'll tell you what, launching a product might seem really daunting now. My guide will be really helpful, but then also you've just going to have answered so many questions, and you have been talking to this audience that's been growing over the last 180 days, that you kind of know exactly what you want your product to be. You'll kind of know. Step 4 is going to be continue to make a reel every single day, but you're going to pitch in subtle ways that people aren't even noticing that you're pitching. So I am really, again, I make hundreds of thousands of dollars online, and yet people don't even realize that I'm selling. I pitch like 8 times a day between my content, maybe 6 times a day. That's a lot of pitching. And no one even knows, because I pitch in subtle ways. I'm not like, buy my stuff, buy my course. Who wants that? Literally no one wants that. But I pitch all the time, daily, every single day, many times a day. And yet you'd be surprised. I bet if you've been in my world for a little bit, you'd be really surprised to hear that, because my vibe and my brand isn't salesy. It's actually really helpful. And so I'm clever about how I pitch, but I'm certainly not going to compromise. If I'm over here busting my butt, I mean, I make 4 pieces of content a day on Instagram alone, right? So if I'm over here busting my butt making really helpful content, best believe I'm going to get the bag. Like, I'm not worried about that at all, but I'm not going to be obnoxious about it. The thing is, people inherently know they would like to get paid for what they do, but they have no idea how to do it without being takey. I never take. I only give, and yet I'm pitching 6 to 8 times a day. So just keep that in mind. That step 4 is pitch in clever ways. Pitch in ways that are so subtle people don't even realize they're being pitched to. Then that's one of the reasons I've been able to monetize my audience as well as I have. And then finally, step 5, I would just rinse and repeat this every single month until I hit the income level that I wanted. So to give you a wide range of context for like how far this can go, I have students who are making $50 to $100 a day, kind of on the low end. That's sort of like what I would consider like $1,500 a month from this, the absolute bare minimum. But if you're just getting started, that's fine. $50 to $100 a day is a really good place to start, up to where, I mean, I know people who are making more than me, but like just for me being on like of my personal, like I can verify that full range to where I'm making like $13,000 to $18,000 a day, closer to $18,000. My average for 2025 has been $18,000 a day doing this. And it's because it's leveraged. I make a product once, I can sell it over and over and over again, and nothing breaks. There's no delivery. There's nothing I have to do for the customer except make sure that they have access to the products that they purchased, which are digital. So it's an email to deliver to them. So that's why, again, this is like how I made my money. This is like what, again, I went from $63 in my first year when I didn't know anything to bringing in $4 million and taking home $2 million last year. And I'm on track to at least double that this year. It's just a really profitable business model. It's my part of my whole YouTube channel here is talking about low ticket sales. That's what these are called. They're called low ticket sales, where you're not charging over $300 for anything. It's low ticket sales versus like high ticket, which is in the thousands and thousands of dollars. I've loved the low ticket business model. It's worked really well for me as a single mom with my kid. I mean, if you didn't know I have a kid, you definitely do at this point. It's just my stuff's everywhere. Her stuff's everywhere, really. And really, frankly, like, just so you know, I'm sitting in front of most of it, just so we're all very clear. Like, that's all off camera. So like I said earlier, clearly my life is not, I can't be taking meetings. I don't want to be taking meetings. I'm not traveling. I'm just here making money so I can spend time with my kiddo. That's the big priority for me right now. But it's turned into quite a profitable business. And if for whatever reason, knock on wood, God forbid, it all burned to the ground, I actually wouldn't be that worried. Really jinxing myself here, but I wouldn't be that worried because I know how to do it. I've done it once. I can always do it again. And I can really do it in any industry because I've helped so many people in different industries do it. So that's what I would do if I had to start over. Check the description for some resources that will help you with this if that's something that you're interested in starting. I really do recommend it. I'm not smart. The thing that I just do really well is I'm really consistent. So I'm not clever. I'm not better than anyone else. I don't have a magic hack. I'm really, really consistent, and most people can't beat me at consistency. So if you can find a way to be more consistent than I am, I guarantee you, you'd have a bigger audience and you would make more money than I do. So, the other thing that I do, you don't need to do this, but if you want to, some of my students are like, okay, but I want money faster, or I want more money. I want more than just $50 a day. You can run ads to your digital products. So once you're at that like step 4 level, if you want to do ads and reels, you can. You don't have to spend a ton of money to run ads at all. You can literally run ads for like $3 a day and make it really profitable. So I'll put a link in the description as well for that, just as another option.